All right, if I can have everybody's attention, we're going to start the meeting. I call this meeting of the Justice Committee for Tuesday, September 7th in effect. And let's see, we have um, Chuck Erickson is not here. We have Susan Schaefer on the phone, so let me read this. Having conducted the opening roll call and declared a quorum is physical present, which we have, I would like to inform the board committee that member Schaefer has requested to participate remotely under County Board Rule 2020 and in accordance with the Open Meetings Act. Notice was received from member Schaefer in accordance with our rules. And does anybody object to allowing member Schaefer from participating remotely? Okay, seeing none. Hearing no objection, I approve the request of member Schaefer to attend remotely and deem her present at this meeting. Susan, are you there? Can you hear us? Okay. All right. So we are, let's see, we have member Webb's not here, member Erickson is not here. Schaefer's on the phone, so we do have a quorum present. Approval of minutes. Can I have a motion for August 3rd, 2021 regular meeting? Approval from member Chung, second by member Beer. All in agreement? All opposed? Okay, carries. Are there any appearance by members of the public?
Vice Chairman Martin, there are not.
Okay. Moving on to departmental matters. Molly Evans, Children's Advocacy Center Director. Welcome to the chair. Yeah, that one will work. All right, CAC has two actions to be presented. The first one is request approval of a lease agreement with Livingston County for a space located at 308 East Torrance Avenue, Pontiac, for the Children's Advocacy Center. Do I have a motion? Motion by Chung, second by Went. Discussion. Do you want to say anything, Molly?
Sure, this is just the lease of the space that I discussed last month that Livingston County is going to be renting us for the expansion of our center in Pontiac.
Okay, very good. Any questions? Yes.
Yes, thank you. And I just want to thank Ms. Evans again for this, I guess, being able to find this space. I know that you've wanted a new space for a while, and we've kind of talked about it over the years, so thank you so much. I guess my one question is, I guess because we are not leasing the other space, is there any sort of penalty or anything because of that?
There's not. We gave our notice and they were willing to work with us, so we will be moving the last week in September and we'll have to probably shut down operations just for a couple of days, but otherwise, as of October 1st, we hope to be up and running in the new space.
Great, thank you so much.
Any other questions? And let the record show that member Webb has shown up. If there's nothing else, are we ready to vote? All in favor? Anybody opposed? Okay, motion carries. Second action, request approval of an emergency appropriation ordinance amending the McLean County fiscal year 2021 combined annual appropriation and budget ordinance for the Children's Advocacy Center Fund 0129. And do I have a motion? Motion by member Went, second by member Webb. Anything to say about that?
This is just a budget amendment, adding in the additional funds that I had presented last month, also with regard to the VOCA funds.
Okay, any comments, questions? We ready to vote? All in favor? All opposed? Okay, motion carries. Anything else that you want to fill us in on your general report?
I don't, but I'm happy to answer any questions if you should have any.
Any questions from the committee? Seeing none? Thank you.
Thank you all.
Okay, McLean County Sheriff, I see we have a representative coming up.
Sheriff Sandage could not be present, and so we have Hadley Welsh, his chief deputy,
Welcome.
reporting for him.
All right, we have two actions to be presented tonight. The first one is a request approval of an intergovernmental agreement between the state of Illinois, the Illinois Emergency Management Agency, and the county of McLean for the Illinois Emergency Management Agency Nuclear Safety Grant Program. Do I have a motion? Motion by Went. Do I have a second? Second by Beer. Is there, you want to tell us about this?
Well, we've had this grant for several years. It runs, July is when it actually goes into effect. But it helps pay for training and just with our proximity to the nuclear facility in Clinton. I'm not sure how long we've had it. Acting Director Kathy Beck would have more details on that, but that's just the gist of it.
Okay. Is there anybody that wishes to ask any questions? Ready to vote? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, second request. Request approval of addendum to the, I can't even pronounce that, IDEMA, Identity and Security USA LLC System Maintenance Agreement. Moved by Member Went, second by Webb. Comments?
Well, as outlined in the memo, it is a very essential piece of equipment, and making sure that that's maintained with just the hardware of it, plus the software, making sure it's up to date and current. It's pretty important that that's getting
Okay.
done.
Any questions from the committee? Seeing none, we ready to vote? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Is there anything that you wish to talk about with the monthly report?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you very
Thank
much. All right, now we have the McLean County Coroner, Kathy Yoder. Welcome, Kathy. You have no items to be presented for action. Is there anything that you wish to talk about for your monthly report?
No, nothing to add.
Okay, any questions for the coroner? Seeing none and hearing none, thank you.
Thank you.
Don Knapp, McLean County State's Attorney. Welcome, Mr. Knapp. You have no actions for to be presented. Is there anything that you wish to discuss about for information, your general report? Any questions from the committee? Seeing none, thank you. Mr. Donovan, Court Services Director. Welcome. I see you have two items to be presented for action, so we'll talk about the first one. Request approval of an agreement with Kevin Crutcher, if I pronounced that name correctly.
Correct, Crutcher, yep.
Okay. Do I have a motion? Motion by Chung, second by Went. Anything you want to say about it?
Just that this is a longstanding contract we've had with Adult Redeploy and with Kevin Crutcher to provide trauma-informed assessments, follow-up care, and some mental health assessments needed for Adult Redeploy clients.
Okay. Any questions from the committee? Hearing none. We ready to vote? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Aye. Spoke too fast for you, Susan. We got you down as a yes. All right, that motion passes. Second item to be presented is a request approval of agreement with Center for Youth and Family Solutions for evidence-based treatment, seeking safety services through the Adult Redeploy Grant. And do I have a motion? Motion by Chung, second by Webb. Mr. Donovan?
This is another well, we've had this contract, I think this is the second year. We've added seeking safety as part of the adult redeploy program after Mr. Crutcher does assessments of trauma-informed assessment. If it indicates that this treatment would be appropriate, then Center for Youth and Family Solutions takes over and provides the treatment for those clients.
Okay. Any questions from the committee? Seeing none, hearing none. Are we ready to vote? All in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Mr. Donovan, is there anything that you wish to discuss for your statistics?
I have nothing additional, but will answer questions if you have any.
Any questions for Mr. Donovan? Seeing none, you are dismissed, sir. Okay. Mr. Everhart, front and center. Welcome, Mr. Everhart. I see you have no action or no items to be presented. Is there anything you wish to talk about with your statistical report?
No, sir, but I'd be glad to answer any questions.
Any questions from Mr. Everhart? Seeing none? Thank you very much.
Have a good evening.
Okay. Mr. Lewis, Public Defender. I see you have no items to be presented for action. Is there anything you wish to talk about for your information?
None for our statistics, but I would be open to any questions.
Is there any questions from the committee? Seeing none, thank you very much. Cassie Taylor, County Administrator. Have anything?
Keeping with the same theme, I do not have any action items to present, but I'm happy to answer any questions the committee might have.
Any questions for Mrs. Taylor? No? Okay. Other business and communications. Does anybody have any? Yes. Go ahead, Susan.
For the next meeting, was it decided what time we were going to start?
That's the next thing on the agenda, so no, we haven't got there yet.
Oh, I missed that? Okay, I'm sorry, thank you.
It's all right. What time are we meeting in October? Cassie, you have anything to add to this conversation?
So, thank you. Yes, so in October, typically for the month of October, the Justice Committee has divided up the departments that will be presenting their budget for review for the fiscal year 2022 budget presentations. And with our large amount of reapportionment meetings that we will be having in October, combined with the shared space of this room being utilized by the county and the city at this time, we are having difficulty finding 2 dates in the evenings that are available for committee meetings. And so there was a request by our assistant, Julie Morlock, to propose to this committee to see if you would be willing to have your meeting in one session, and if so, at what time you would want to start that session.
What's our options?
Let me see. I'll have to bear with me as I pull up that email from Julie. I think she sent it to me as well as
Okay.
to the members of the group. Susan, you don't have that pulled up, do you?
No, I don't, but I think that she was talking at 3:30. I think that that's what it said.
Okay.
I have the email pulled up here on my computer. I don't know if
Ms.
that will
Chung?
help. Yes.
Yes, that would be great help.
It doesn't actually say any times. It just says that the meetings in the last 5 years have been anywhere between 2.5 hours to 5 hours. So that's all it says here. I don't see any specific times in the email. But I would be, I don't know, I guess it also just depends on all of our schedules. I know, I'm probably not really that important, but I know I have my children and they have to come with me on Tuesdays, so I can pull them out of school a little earlier, but I want to try and avoid as much of that as possible.
Sure.
So, thank you.
What would be the time that, you're
They
looking at?
finish at 3:15, and I could pull them, I could pull them out like, say, by 3 or something, that I could be here by 3:15, 3:30-ish. But this is just me too, so I know that there's other people on our committee.
So we got 3:30 out here.
I
Hannah?
am free all day.
All day?
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Went?
And the only comment I
Doesn't
have
make any
on
difference
that
to me.
is, the last time we did that, it was about 5 hours. So it's a very long meeting, so probably if we could start early, like 3:30, I think that would be helpful for all of us. We get pretty tired at the end.
Mr. Webb, you have anything to add?
I will make it work.
Okay. So I'm here in 3:30. Is that a good time for everybody? Chuck doesn't count. He's not here. Member Schaefer, you're bringing the donuts?
No, but I did suggest to Ms. Morlock that food be provided for us.
We have also identified some ways to try to streamline the presentations this year. So last year was an extremely long justice session for the 2 times that we held those sessions, but part of that process was presentations through PowerPoint for each of the departments. And so we've identified this year that administration would be controlling the screen and presenting those PowerPoint displays to, in an attempt to streamline that process.
Okay.
So,
So you're thinking 2 hours? All right. All right, 3:30, what's the date in October? October 5th? All right, is an agreement with this committee that we meet at 3:30, October 5th, to discuss the budget? I got a thumbs up, 2 thumbs up, and 4 thumbs up. Okay. Do I need to take a vote on this, or is that just an agreement between us? All right. Okay. So October 5th, 3:30 will be our next meeting. Next thing on the agenda is recommended payment of the bills and transfers. We have no transfers. I have reviewed the bills, and I certify that all comply with McLean County Board adopted ordinances, resolutions, and/or policies as made available to me in the county code, and that said, claims against the county are fully documented. I recommend the payment of the claims submitted for approval. This is from Michelle Anderson, our McLean County Auditor. Total amount of bills for this committee, $455,392.70. Do I have a motion? Motion to accept by Member Chung, second by Member Webb. Are there any questions that I can't answer about the bills? Any comments? We ready to vote? All in favor? Anybody opposed? Motion carries. And with that, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much.